There's two main things that are super important in making your image look cinematic. That's lighting and the color grade. There's like 1,000 other factors that go into making a shot look cinematic, but we're not gonna worry about that right now, because today I wanna talk about color grading. Color grading is definitely one of my favorite parts of the filmmaking process because it just determines so much of the look and feel and the mood of your video. Obviously, lighting plays a huge role in the feel of your image, so make sure you know how to light and expose a scene properly. If your lighting looks like this, you're probably not gonna get a good color grade. So this brings me to the color grade. I'm not a professional colorist, I don't have all the time in the world, so here's a shortcut where you can save time but not sacrifice quality. Powergrades are the single best way to get a color grade started quickly. It's basically a preset for DaVinci Resolve and will get the basic look started for you so you don't have to keep repeating the same steps. I use all kinds of Powergrades, but today I'm using Cinesource. Thanks Cinesource for sponsoring this video and letting me try out these Powergrades. So let's jump into one of these clips and I'll show you how I color grade with Powergrades. Alright, I've got the red raw footage on the left here and I've got the final color grade on the right. And we'll head over to the color grade tab and this is what our node tree will end up looking like. This is the Powergrade itself. Cinesource has a YouTube video breaking down this node tree, why everything is the way it is, how it works. I'm not going to get into that today. I'm just going to show you how to use this Powergrade to look good on your footage. So we're going to go ahead and reset this. And a refresher on how to get Powergrades into Resolve. We go to the gallery tab on the top left corner here. You go to the Powergrade tab and you just drag in the real film Cinesource file and it'll look like this. It'll say real film on it. You right click and hit apply grade and you can see right off the bat it looks like absolute trash. That's okay, we're gonna fix it. The only nodes we're touching are white balance, CST, and push and pull. I will say that this Powergrade, just like most Powergrades or presets or LUTs or anything, you have to really play with it. You have to just kind of give and take a little bit. Just play with it, match it to your footage, see what you like, okay? I'm gonna show you how to get close though, and then per your footage, you can change it. So first things first, we're going to the CST node to change it to the camera we shot on. So it's defaulted to a Sony S-Gamut 3 Cinecurve and an S-Log3 input gamma. So these first two inputs here, we're just gonna switch it to red gamut and log 3G10. Because that's the camera I shot on. So make sure you just make that whatever camera you have, whether it's a Blackmagic, Sony, Canon, Red, whatever. RE if you're, a baller. We'll leave output as RE because that's the color space that this Powergrade operates in. So that's it for CST. You can see our footage looks like even more doo-doo. Quick note, as I was playing with this Powergrade, you can see how we have this black terrible like masking thing going on here. I haven't had enough time to really figure out why it does that, but I have a workaround for it and I've realized it's the halation node down here. So as I was watching Cinesource's video breaking down the node structure, the halation in this Powergrade isn't actually true halation, like the little red glow on the edge of things when you shoot on film. It's more of a highlight glow. So in my opinion, we don't really need it. If you want to have real halation in your image, I would use the built-in halation that's already in Resolve. Right now, we're just gonna turn the halation node off. You can see it fixes the masking black muddled looking problem. So that's a quick workaround and an issue I found in this. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just something that is getting wrong on like a recent update or something. So anyway, we're gonna go back up here to white balance and we're just gonna clean this up. So I'm gonna cool off this image, obviously, just because it was hella warm. And then we're gonna go to the tint. I'm gonna bring that way up to green because we like a nice Joker-esque green look. And this is where you just gotta play, guys. That looks pretty decent. Now, the next step, the last node we're going to touch is push and pull. So this is where we're going to adjust the contrast and some of the exposure and levels without adjusting the dynamic range, which is actually a really cool way that they set this Powergrade up. In the push and pull node, we're going to go down to contrast and pivot. These are the only two things we're going to touch. So in contrast, we can kind of play with it here. I'm going to kind of raise it just under 14 or 1.4, sorry. And then pivot, we're just gonna push and pull it, which is where the name comes from. So you can see it's got a really nice look on it here. It really does have a film look. Like, they emulated this really well. Now again, I want to point out one more thing. Earlier we talked about lighting, and the lighting in this shot is just on. It's just, everything's correct. That's why this color grade and power grade looks so good on it. It's helping the power grade do its job and look good. So keep that in mind. You can't have crappy lighting and make a color grade fix it. I mean, you can, but it's really hard. So with only touching 3 nodes, white balance, CST, and push and pull, we were able to get a solid looking image that feels like a nice Kodak 2383 film emulation. So that's how I color grade my clips, super fast, over and over and over again. So if you like the look I got in these clips today, go check out Cinesource and get you a copy of their Film Forever Power Grade for 10% off using my discount code. Peace.